All right, let's get some headlines from across the state. I believe we started last week's headlines with this, and so we should be responsible journalists and do follow-up here.
Sure.
So you may remember that last week we started off headlines with the news of Ainias Smith, the wide receiver from Texas A&M, who had been arrested on DWI, marijuana, and weapons charges. He will no longer face DWI and weapons charges stemming from his July arrest, and his suspension has been lifted. He's resumed team activities, the Aggies said. So he was arrested and faced DWI for going 51 to 35. So he was speeding at 2:15 a.m. Given a field sobriety test, determined to be intoxicated, the police said. Police also found a rolled joint of marijuana and a gun with a full magazine and a round chamber during the search of the car. According to the probable cause warrant, he was speeding, and so then they said that he flunked the field test, and so as a result, they had probable cause to search the car. They searched the car, found a joint, and they found a gun. Earl Gray, the Brazos County attorney, told ESPN on Friday that once Smith was arrested, he was brought to the police station and he was given 2 breathalyzers. And he popped .066 and .061, so he's below the .08 legal level. At the time of arrest, neither occupant claimed ownership of the marijuana, and Gray said that it becomes problematic to leak such a low amount, it was less than 0.3 ounces, to someone. With both of those charges refused, the gun charge no longer applies because Texas is a constitutional carry case, is a constitutional carry state. This is written by Dave Wilson, by the way, our friend Dave Wilson at ESPN. If the owner is 21 and a gun is hidden or holstered, it's legal as long as there isn't a corresponding offense and the speeding charge doesn't apply. Does that all make sense? I was trying to read and I was trying well, how do you get everything dropped? That's how. Basically, once he was determined to not be drunk, .06 instead of .08, right?
Right.
Then at that point, all they've got is the marijuana and the gun charge.
Yes.
Okay? The marijuana, they kind of looked at it and were like, well, this is a really low amount. It's going to be really hard for this to hold up.
Right.
At which point there is no charge, at which point the gun charge goes away because it is illegal for you to have a gun if you are committing a different crime, but if you're just having it in the state of Texas, that's not a crime.
Right.
So all of that is to say is that Ainias Smith is no longer suspended. He has resumed team activities after the charges that he had were the attorney refused to prosecute them is the way that they're phrasing it.
Man. Wow.
So
that's a
ducked a
yeah, hopefully he takes some learning curve out of this and realizes how lucky he got with all of those things being let go.
I have taken an Uber in College Station.
Yes.
I know they exist.
They do in fact exist.
Take an Uber.
Actually, there are some in College Station with fancy cool little
there
lights
is.
in them. So
in
it's
fact,
like party
look for a
Ubers.
minivan. That's right. That's right. Okay, so that's one headline. It was important to close the book on that and make sure we are being responsible of that. The other thing is that do you know what today is?
Today is August 1st.
Today is August 1st. You know what August 1st means?
The first day of football.
It means it is football season in Texas. There
Let's
are
roll.
football games this month in the state of Texas, college and pro. Or, I'm sorry, no, not college and pro. There are, I guess, there's probably a preseason, right?
First week of September is preseason, I think.
Really?
But there's training camp.
There's training camp.
So they're starting practices.
Say there's high school and college football, real games being played in this month, which is good
because UTEP
news.
North Texas.
But also, specifically, today is the first day that teams can practice. High school football teams can practice. And a few places took full advantage of that, including this video that we got from Plainview, Texas, courtesy of our friend Steven Garcia at the Lubbock Avalanche Journal. That's the Plainview Bulldogs taking the field at midnight as part of their Midnight Madness out there in Plainview. Coach Jonathan Haddock getting that up and going and entering his third year there at the helm. But the Plainview Bulldogs, one of a handful of programs across the state who celebrated Midnight Madness.
I think it's cool they get their band up there too.
Oh yeah,
like that's what's if you're gonna do it, like go all out.
Had a good crowd. and by the way, what I love about that is that. I don't know if they're going to love me bringing this up, but it's not like Plainview was some sort of world beater last year. This is a 1-9 team from last year.
Right.
But obviously, they're getting excited out there for football across the state.
And the other thing, I, as a one-time high school athlete, would have been a lot more excited to get up and go to first day of 2 days are not fun. Everyone can agree with that.
Yes,
but,
verifiably true.
I would have been a lot more excited and had energy at midnight being excited than knowing that you're waking up at 6 a.m. for the first day of 2 days,
Yes.
It adds an excitement level to it that you wouldn't have when you're dreading waking up at 6 a.m. for the first time all summer.
Yes. So that's pretty cool. There are practices going on. We've gotten a number of photos in. If you go through Twitter and social media, you will see all of the reporters out at practices. It's the first day is the first official day of football season. Look, around here it's always football season, but for the masses, it's actually football season.
Oh yeah.
There's realistically football season going on. So happy football season. And finally, we're kind of in the doldrums of the final parts of the football season. A small rant
in the off season.
Of the off season.
We are not in the doldrums of the football season.
No, we're not.
I was like, buddy, I got bad news for you.
No, we're not. Pickle, let's talk about watch lists.
Is this your rant? Rant Tepper.
Let's talk about watch lists. So every year, this time of year, if you're on social media or anywhere, you will see all of these college football programs putting out these graphics of saying, oh, look who made the whatever award watch list and stuff like that. And look, I'm not here to say that it's not a big deal that Seth Keller at Texas State is on the Groza Award watch list for best kicker. What I'm here to tell you is, guys, these watch lists, they are full-on, straight-up PR machines. Now, look, we do the same thing.
We are part of the machine.
We do the Mr. Texas Football watch list, and that is just to get a lot of names out there. But you got to recognize what you're looking at. For example, Pickle. First of all, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Pickle, what is the difference between the Bednarik Award and the Nagurski Award?
I do not know.
So the Bednarik Award is handed out to the College Defensive Player of the Year.
Okay.
And the Nagurski Award is handed out to the Most Outstanding Defensive Player.
Right. So, tell me the difference between these two pitchers. They're the exact same pitcher.
Well, here's the difference. The difference is that the Maxwell Football Club gives out the Bednarik Award, and the Charlotte Touchdown Club gives out the Nagurski Award.
Right.
Okay? You run into this a lot, right? Okay, so, for example, the Walter Camp, and I've always thought this was weird, but the Walter Camp Award. The Walter Camp Award is given to the most outstanding college football player, which is the Heisman, right?
Yep.
That's what that is? Now, and by the way, the Maxwell Award also goes to the College Player of the Year.
Yeah.
There's all these things, but that's beside the point. There's a lot of overlapping, and people can give out awards. We know we give out Mr. Texas Football. There are other organizations that give out High School Players of the Year and things like that. That's fine. I'm not necessarily mad at that. But Pickle, let's go back to the Bednarik Award, College Defensive Player of the Year, handed out by the Maxwell Football Club. Do you know how many people were on the watch list?
How many?
Take a guess.
200.
Well, it's less than that.
Well, okay, I was going to say
90.
90?
There are 90 players on the Bednarik Award. In fact, here are just the ones from Texas. Okay. Ready? Praise Amawale from UTEP. KD Davis from North Texas. Travius Hodges Tomlinson from TCU. Siaki Ika from Baylor. Antonio Johnson from A&M. DeMarvion Overshone from Texas. Gervarius Owens from Houston. Jordan Revels from Texas State. Tyree Wilson from Texas Tech. And Rashad Wisdom from UTSA. That's just in Texas. Okay?
Yeah,
there were another.
Tell me that the Texas State guy and DeMarion Overshone are playing on the same level.
There are 85 watch list members for the Nagurski Award. There are 89 for the Outland Award, which goes for interior linemen. Okay.
Interior linemen?
Yes.
Oh, come
interior
on.
linemen, which by the way is separate from the Remington Award, which is given to the best center. Okay.
I mean, hey, centers need more love. I'll get on that hype train. But not 90 of them. There's
73 on the Doak Walker Award watch list. And by the way, all these watch lists, they are non-binding. They're non-binding. They can just add people whenever they want and just give it to, like, if Ashley Pickle ends up being the finest running back in college football, which I've seen you in the gym, seen you putting in the hours.
I'm a wide receiver, let's be honest.
Okay, well, they can add you to the Bolitnikoff Award and be the 44th member of the watch list.
Yeah, I guess that's where it's different because, like, legitimately with our Mr. Texas Football watch list, we go down by increments of 25. So there's like a rhythm that you have to make.
Now, I will say this. We put out the watch list for Miss Texas Football. It's about 100. Before we cut it down to semifinalists, we reserve the right to add people at that point.
Okay.
That's one thing.
But once we get down in the weeds, I guess.
It is just, but here's the one that, and I shouldn't have a problem with this one, but let me tell you. Have you heard of the Danny Werfel Trophy?
No.
The Danny Werfel Trophy is given for exemplary community service with athletic and academic achievement. Okay, so it's kind of like, I think it's like their version of like the NFL's Walter Payton Man of the Year Award.
Oh, yeah.
Right? There were 115 players on the watch list.
Wow. Well, maybe they're just trying to encourage people to do community service.
85 on the Maxwell Award.
Do you hate community service, Greg?
85 on the Maxwell Award. 89 on the Outland Trophy. 89 on the Outland Trophy Award. Anyway, just know that, like, and I'm happy. And certainly, look, I think that that Tyrese Knight, the linebacker at UTEP, should be on the Butkus Award list, watch list. That's cool. I'm just saying, let's all recognize what this is, which is just trying to get the name out there. Hey, remember us? Trying to get some graphics.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Anyway, there's my small rant.
Thanks so much for watching that video. If you would like more and to be notified when they come out, go ahead and click that subscribe button right down there. You can also watch Texas Football Today every day live at noon on TexasFootball.com, Facebook, Twitch, and right here on YouTube. For more of the best coverage of Texas football in the Lone Star State, go to TexasFootball.com/subscribe.